Hey you, does your wallet look like this? Yeah, don't worry, mine too. But don't worry because Steam has a plethora of free-to-play games to choose from. The problem is, they either suck or, well, I can't really show those other games on video. But don't lose hope because I've gone through the trouble of sifting through all the trash and unmentionable things for you, and I've found a few hidden gems in the free-to-play section of Steam. The goal of this series is to present you, the viewer, with a game that's worth your time. At the end of the video, I'll go through my pros and cons for the game and give it a rating out of 5 stars. The first game in this series is called Cave Crawlers, a 1 to 10 player 3D roguelike where you play as a dwarf and, well, crawl through a series of randomly generated caves, all while finding unique weapons, spells, and fighting an assortment of enemies including goblins, bats, slimes, snakes, scorpions, and more goblins. Sounds pretty cool. Upon opening the game, you're greeted with a little whimsical electronic tune that sort of gives off Minecraft vibes. And let me just say, it's pretty cozy. Go ahead, take a quick listen for yourself. You're prompted to create your dwarf by entering or randomizing a name, and then choosing from one of 3 difficulties. Until you beat the first boss, though, you are locked to easy difficulty. After spawning in, you zone into a cave with some crates to your right. This is the same exact room that you'll enter each time after you clear a floor. The game runs you through a quick little tutorial as you play, teaching how to manage your torch, and that you can get items by breaking crates. After walking through the first little passage, you're immediately greeted with enemies, so you can start playing right away. I ran around, killed a few goblins, until I found my first chest and looted a sword. You can get items from 3 places in this game: boxes, chests, and occasionally mobs, mainly the stronger ones. As far as weapons go, you have your swords, axes, hammers, daggers, bows, pretty much anything you can think of when you think of fantasy. Each weapon type has a different base damage, attack speed, knockback, critical chance, and weapon range. Wearable gear includes helmets, boots, and trinkets. Each item that you pick up has unique traits and effects. For example, at one point I got the Eldritch Longsword from a chest, which has an effect that gives you a 20% chance to get a random power for 10 seconds after killing a mob. Or there's the leather boots that gives you your classic movement speed buff that you can find in pretty much any roguelike game. After playing for a bit and going through the controls, I opened up my character menu and found a tab labeled Expertise. After opening it, I found a massive skill tree system. You can specialize in different weapons, gaining passive abilities like increased attack speed or damage, and you can also gain active skills that give you an extra combat ability. This skill tree gives you the ability to be able to choose from a wide variety of playstyles. There are even skills that can increase the amount of threat you generate, encouraging mobs to attack you if you want to be a tank for your friends. After going through a few floors, I finally reached my first major landmark, the Goblin Village. I could see maybe 3 goblins or so when I was crossing the bridge, so I was feeling pretty confident. Until I finally crossed the bridge and saw that there were at least 10 goblins. After killing about 6 goblins, I was finally struck down after it became clear that I wasn't as prepared as I had thought, and I had my first death. When you go down, the game gives you 30 seconds in which you can crawl around and have a friend revive you. However, I was playing alone, so it offed me after about 5 seconds. After dying at the Goblin Village, I was determined to go again and see what it had to offer. After wandering a bit, I received a bow, and the Eldritch Longsword I mentioned before. I made quick work of the camp and the Goblin Shaman boss. It's actually pretty easy. Around the camp, there were a ton of different weapons to choose from, which I think would be pretty great when playing in a group. Going to the next floor, I was prompted with a message informing me that I had reached a boss floor, and to open the bestiary to take a look at the boss's mechanics. I took a moment to read through the mechanics, and then proceeded to get jumped by about 100 mobs while reorganizing my skills in the skill menu. After that ordeal, and 2 bars of health, no potions, and a dream, I made my way to the boss room. The boss fight consists of dodging the boss, hitting it when it stuns itself on the stalactites, and killing the mobs that are summoned throughout the fight. Unfortunately for me, I got overwhelmed and soon after perished. I wanted to keep going, but at that point it was about 3 in the morning, and I thought maybe it'd be better to sleep instead of continuing to ruin my sleep schedule. Now to get into the pros and the cons of the game. Pros, I think it's pretty nice that you have the option of playing solo or with up to 10 of your friends, if you can find that many people that want to play the game with you. The music is great, there's a massive skill tree, and a lot of fun items like the escape rope, which basically saves your character and takes you out of the run, keeping all of your items. There are also a lot of interesting locations, like the abandoned minecart exit. Instead of taking you to the next floor, it jumps you up a random amount of floors, which is kind of fun. There's also these weird sacrifice table rooms where you can sacrifice items or yourself or your friends in exchange for other items. There's also an upgrade system that persists through death where you can spend different talent points to upgrade your characters. And there's also even a quest system that gives you XP, which is pretty cool. As far as the cons go, I think it can sometimes take a bit to find a good weapon, which I know that's a problem with some roguelikes, but I felt like I wandered around for a while in a couple of my runs, and I think that could be a bad first experience. The game seems to be more designed as a co-op game rather than a solo play game, so it might be a little difficult for some people. And for the last con, the music is so good, but only plays occasionally while you're actually playing the game. It's a little unfortunate. Overall, I'd rate my experience with this game a solid 4 out of 5 stars. The game is in early access still, so for what it is, I think it's pretty great. Honestly, if there's at least an option to have the music play continuously, or at least more frequently, I'd probably be even happier with the game. If you're looking for a game to play by yourself or with your friends, especially a roguelike, I'd give it a try. You have nothing to lose. It's free.